Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Crafting with V. If you're new here, welcome. So glad to have you. And if you're returning, thank you so much for returning. Hi Beth, how are you? So I'm still camping. Morning Tita, Connie, so glad y'all are here. So I was supposed to be home today, but we decided to go to a different campground. So hopefully y'all can hear me fine. Because I've got a little bit of a different setup here. I was trying to do both my phone and my tablet, and I couldn't get it to quit squealing. Hi, Melanie. How are you? Margie, I missed you coming in. So I am having a wonderful time. As you can see on the thumbnail for the video, that was just out my window. From my camper, it is actually raining. So, yeah, it was raining all night. I slept so good last night. I always sleep good whenever it's raining. Um, Hi, Pauline. How are you? So glad to have you stop by. It has been a very nice week since I've been able to be camping. We were at Lake Dardanelle on the Russellville side. Now that we've left there, I can tell y'all about it. That campground, I would not suggest going to if you have a long trailer because it's really hard to back into some of those spots. But once we got it backed in and everything, it was really nice there. I had to set up my canopy in the back of the camper because of the fact that we didn't have any space on either side to we could put our awning out, but there wasn't any space to set up the chair and table. That's always good, Melanie. Good morning, Wendy. How are you doing? But so I set up my big canopy in the back and I diamond painted a little back there. And it was so crazy. I tried to get a picture. There was squirrels there that would come right up to your chair. I could literally reach out and touch the squirrel if I wanted to. I didn't. But that was how close they were getting. And then there was once that there was two of them chasing each other and kind of in a squabble. I don't know if whether they were playing or just in an actual squabble. But they were running around my campsite, the picnic table and the canopy, and it was so cute. I did get a few pictures, but I couldn't get any pictures of them right close to me. It was Tita. She was bringing in the squirrel thoughts. But yeah, it was so neat that with the squirrels there, I really didn't think that they would be up that close. Um, so now we've came to a campground that's closer to my house so that I can go to work this weekend. Unfortunately, I really don't want to go into work, but I did get a few pictures. They just weren't as close as I wanted to. But I'll show them on my WIP and chat. It's actually on my other phone that I don't remember exactly where I put it. Oh, yeah, I do. It's right here. Do I have enough charge on it? This other phone is normally the one that I record with. Let's see if we can look at it. See if I can find a picture real quick of that. Or was it on my regular phone? If it's on my regular phone, I definitely can't. Okay, let's see. I don't want to give too much of the picture away right here, but it is a mystery painting by DAC. So I will not show the whole thing. Let's see. What is this one? Well, not as good as I wanted, but let's see if we can get this picture in here of this squirrel. Not sure how well it's going to work out. Holding this up, I'll have to put it on the actual. The squirrel is right there, and I was like probably 6-7 feet away from it at most. But anyway, I'll show that. I'll put the videos up on my WIP and chat so that y'all can see them. This one I got about a year ago. This one was the Randall Spangler winter one. I love Randall Spangler, and I will say I love the way it's turning out so far. Okay, well, happy birthday to you and your son, Wendy. Hi, Autumn. How are you? I didn't see you come in. So glad to have you here. But yeah, I got this last year from DAC. It is actually Mystery Kit 39. And it's the one I'm working on. I will show some progress pictures on it, but I will tell y'all ahead of time, just so that if y'all do not want to see the picture, you don't have to. But right now, I figured I would just do this little spot, which won't give a whole lot of it away. I have actually got to go to your Autumn. I've actually got to go to your channel and check it out. I have been camping, and to be honest, I've been being really lazy because I did not even record any videos. I thought, well, I'll have 2 days that I can record just whatever I need to and get it all done. And I didn't record one video. Yes, I'm being very lazy this week. But I am really enjoying camping. I always enjoy it whenever I get to go camping. And I was able to talk Josh into reserving this campground over here until Wednesday. Not yet. I was supposed to be back today. But I will definitely let you know, Autumn. I'm definitely going to check that out. I watch a lot, or I listen to a lot of YouTube while I'm at work. That's okay. We went camping for our anniversary, and he went ahead and let us reserve this one until Wednesday, which I'm close enough that I can still watch the kids and take my son to work and all that, but I still have my peace and quiet here. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I It's funny because I watch a lot of my videos at work. Um, since we've got this new system in there, I have a little bit more time to listen to some videos and stuff. As long as I'm getting my work done, they don't care. But is school going okay for you, Beth? I'm sure every I'm sure it's quite a busy time right now. But these are actually, let me see if I can get it on here. These are to where it'll show. I've got a shadow, but these are fairy dust drills that I'm working on right now, and I love the way they work for the snow. That's great, Beth. I'm so glad to hear that. I have my lives every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time, so feel free to stop by anytime you'd like. I love the fairy dust drills. I do too. I don't have any problems placing them, and they, to me, they look even better than the ABs do. So I'm really enjoying them. But yeah, I sat outside a lot up there. We thought that it was going to be a rainy week the whole time that we were there. You know, Beth, I'm very much the same way. I love the sparkle in the canvases. But anyway, our vacation, it actually started out with a rough start. The day that we were supposed to leave, my daughter's phone quit working. And she was supposed, I, I think I missed something. What did I miss? I'm sorry if I missed something, Pauline. Me too, Granny. I am really liking the fairy dust drills. This is actually, I did some of the little mini paintings from DAC, and they were all fairy dust drills, but this is the first actual painting, bigger painting that I've done that has the fairy dust drills in them. I like the name of our community village as well. I think that that is a wonderful name. Um, but anyway, we started out. My daughter's phone stopped working, so Josh said, "I will go and get another phone, and then I'll let her use my old phone because there was one that he had been looking at lately and wanted to try out anyway." So before we left that day, he went and did that. Went and took his mom grocery shopping and got the stuff that we needed for the camper. And then we left the phone for Courtney. So, because she was going to have my car this whole time. Yes, I did get the schedule. I've got it downloaded on my phone. Um, I will, I've got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do for the Christmas premiere. So, yeah, it's going to be I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm a little nervous about my first Christmas premiere, but I am definitely looking forward to it. And you had a wonderful idea, Granny. Such a wonderful idea for your premiere. I think that that is absolutely wonderful. I'm missing some of my. I don't have my light pad set up here. That's another thing. I was just being really lazy about. I didn't set everything up. Beth, a Christmas premiere. I think Crashly is the one who put it together. But anyway, it's where creators are doing like for the day before Christmas, the day of Christmas, and the day after Christmas. There is going to be a premiere every hour, 24 hours until, so that people who don't have people that don't have anyone to spend Christmas with, they would be able to watch the YouTube, be able to listen along. It's just to keep people company for the holidays. And I am really looking forward to it. I know what you mean, Tita. That is it's an absolute wonderful thing. I've known about it in the past years and I've watched a lot of them. But I never actually knew who did the premieres and stuff, who set it up until you two invited me to it. So I can't wait for it. Oops. I got my drills all crooked here. I scooted them a little too far and then they all scooted all at once. Okay, got that. It, it's such a sweet thing, and it's part of what the holidays should be about, is spending time with people, and, well, one of the things anyway. So I really think it's a really good idea. Let's see. But I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. I thought about doing one of my unboxings and then working on it, but the one that I was thinking about, I don't think I'll have this one done by then, so I didn't want to do any more. But I'm just not sure yet, but I will definitely have it figured out. Very true. So this year, I know for Thanksgiving, I don't know how many of my kids are going to be able to attend to the Thanksgiving this year. But we normally go over to my mother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving every year. True. Whenever I first started doing the lives, I had planned on doing premieres on Saturdays instead of lives. And I think I did like 2 or 3 that way. And then I just started doing lives. But I really do enjoy being able to get together with all of our friends on here. And I have so much fun with these lives every week. So I know that I will definitely have fun with the premieres. And I'm lucky enough that I have 4 days off each week, or I will that week anyway. I'll have 4 days off, so I'm able to actually watch a lot of them, and the ones that I don't get to, I will be able to watch on the replay. That is true, Margie. I love my lives every Saturday. If I could do more, if I had enough time to do more, I definitely would. But my grandkids keep me so busy. I thought that whenever school started this year that I would have more time to go back to my 2 lives a week, but that didn't happen. Thank you. I really enjoy these every week. I look forward to doing this. Josh even left the camper so that I could do my live this morning. So that because as long as I've been on YouTube, I still to this day have trouble recording in front of other people. And it's nothing, it's not that I'm shy to be on the camera, it's just recording in front of other people to this day still makes me nervous. Every now and then my daughter will walk in whenever I'm recording or something, but I don't know why. A lot of people can just record in front of their family and stuff and it doesn't bother them. I don't know, maybe it's like I'm back in whenever I was in school. And you would have never known whenever I was in school that I would ever do something like this because I was the girl that would sit over in the corner, read my books, not really socialize with hardly anybody. I had like 3 good friends in school, and that was it. And you would have never thought I would be one to start a YouTube channel later on. But I absolutely love it. I was sleeping so good this morning. I actually slept till like 7:30. Why did I not set my coffee back on my warmer? Yes, I'll have to put that in the microwave. I actually brought my coffee warmer with me this time. But I have so much fun with this. And eventually, hopefully, I will get to 1,000 subscribers. That is going to be my goal for next year, is getting to 1,000 subscribers. Which I'm close, but I'm not there yet. That is true. I was definitely a bookworm in school, but I was always had my nose in a book. And even my kids, I had a teacher, and this is the funniest thing, and I've probably told it on here before. I went to a parent teacher conference of my son one year, and his teacher was telling me about how they had a book log. And it was like he went from page, and he wrote in there that he read from page 167 to 13. And the teacher asked him about it, why he would put it that way if he went from page 13 to 167. He said, no, I finished one book and started another one. And she just laughed. She said she never could keep up with his books. He was finishing a book every day. Thank you so much, Margie. I am so excited about that. I noticed that I gained 2 more subscribers yesterday. If y'all are in here, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here. But yeah, that is going to be my goal for next year, is getting up to 1,000 subscribers. And I might try to do something to celebrate that at that time. And we will see. I haven't decided what yet, but we'll see what we can do. I am hoping that I can get this done before the end, this painting done before the end of the month. I know I said I was not going to start any more big paintings, but the Christmas painting that I was working on at the house, some of it was kitted up in the art dot trays. So I would have either had to de-kit that to bring it with me and then de-kit it whenever we went back home. So I just decided to start a whole new painting. So this is the one that I chose. I kind of wish I would have started at the top and went down, but that's okay. I'll probably just flip it upside down and work on it once I get to the point that I can't reach it. But yeah, so now I have 3 bigger paintings going and 2 smaller paintings going. This is only a 51 by 69 centimeters, so it's not huge. It's nothing like the Wolf Castle one that I'm working on. That one is huge. But it is a fairly big painting, and it's square drill. But Randall Spangler paintings have they have some color blocking, but they also have a little bit of confetti mixed in. And normally they're pretty good, and they go by pretty quickly. But I cannot wait to get this finished. Like I said, if I show it, I'll be sure to give y'all a warning in case y'all don't want to see the picture. But what? Yep, I got all 4 of them. It's like today. And whenever I'm multi-placing, I always multi-place up and down instead of going side to side. If I go side to side, I will get my lines too crooked. So, do y'all have any plans for this weekend? Monday is going to be a really busy day for me because I do have to work that day. But I'm going to try to go by and see my mom that day too, because Monday is Veterans Day, but it's also my mom's birthday. I've told Lexi over and over she needs to have her baby that day. But she hasn't yet. It could be any day. So I'm waiting for that call. Hopefully. I would love to see it come on my mom's birthday. I think that that would be the best birthday gift for her. I'm going to try to get them to set up at the nursing home. I'm going to try to get them to set up her YouTube and everything on her TV there so that she can watch the Christmas premieres. I think that she would really enjoy that. If they will. Because I've tried setting her TV up to the internet there, and for some reason, I just can't get it to take the password. But I'm going to try to get them to set it up. She is last week at her appointment, she was only 3 centimeters, so it could still be a couple weeks. But if the baby is not here by the 18th, they're going to go ahead and induce. She's really hoping that they don't do that, but she's really hoping for him to come earlier. But she's been at 3 centimeters for the last 2 weeks. So hopefully that baby will be here soon. And she was telling me the other day she didn't know how much her low iron was affecting everything. Her iron was at like 5 and it's supposed to be at 16 or 18. I can't remember what it was. So she had to get infusions, several infusions to get her iron levels back up. And she was telling me the other day that she is not cold at work anymore. She said she would walk into where she works at and she would just start shivering because she was so cold. So, and then she was saying that she's actually able to sleep better now. Because she wasn't able to sleep. She was like, those infusions just made a world of difference. And it's really good because she did have complications on her first pregnancy with her iron being so low. I think that the 18th would be 1 week past her due date. I'm not certain on that, but her doctor says that he would rather them not go too far past the due date. Because she really wasn't she because her labor was so bad with the first one and she thinks that a lot of it could have been because she was induced. She was kind of scared to do the induction this time. But she does have a different doctor this time around. So hopefully she seems to like this one a little better, but her other doctor was good until the delivery date anyway. That I will not go into on here, but yeah, she has always had low iron. I normally had low iron, and my other daughter has low iron. But my son has too much iron, which I'm not sure what it's called, but he has something to where his body makes too much iron. And they have to go in and take blood every so often. I know there's probably more to it than that, but they have to go in and take blood every so often to reduce his iron count. And we were looking it up at one point, and it said that that is something that could cause diabetes to start. So we're thinking that he may have had that his whole life and we just didn't know it, which might have been what caused his type 1 diabetes. But you just don't know because we don't know how long he's had that. I was never actually induced. They did go in and break my water with 2 of my kids to get the labor started, but I never had to take the medicine that they gave you for the induction. So I've heard that it can be a lot worse. Lexi, on the other time, didn't give them time to give me anything because she was born within an hour of the time I walked in the hospital doors. The nurse was afraid that the doctor wasn't even going to make it there in time. But no, she's doing a lot better now. She says she's got more energy. She's doing a lot better as far as that goes now. I will definitely let y'all know when the baby is born. I will probably show a few pictures. I don't know if I'll do a video right away, but I might put a picture or two on the community post. Yep, that is true. So I really cannot wait. She says this is her last kid. I told her she had to try for a girl, but she said no, two is enough. But I don't know how little Mo is going to take it because he tends to get jealous anytime that she holds another baby or anything. He's been the baby for 3 years. And she got really lucky with Mo because he has actually been such a good child for her. He didn't cry terribly, a whole terrible lot whenever he was a baby. But he was a really good baby. I wasn't far behind you, Wendy. Um, the day that I went into labor with her, I was we lived in an apartment at the time. Josh was at work. So he had to come back to the house to pick me up and then go back and take me up there. And by that time, she was ready to come out, but I called up to the hospital because I told them I'm having contractions. They're stopping me in my tracks, but they're not regular. They're not 5 minutes apart. One will be 10, one will be 2. And they were like, they asked me what baby it was, and I told them, they said, you need to go ahead and come in. Glad they said that because if not, she probably would have been born at home. My other labors were pretty long, but her, nope. She's always been the very impatient one. All of mine were either past their due dates or like a few days before. None of them were born too early, so I'm thankful for that. That would be so scary. Even today, it would be scary. And I know that the medical field has really improved in all those years. Yeah, I never had a C-section. Um, oops, where? Oh, there they are. I was like, where did I put my drills at? This is the one, this painting had 3 bags of these fairy dust drills. And I am already on the second bag of them. But yeah, I'm really excited. Can't wait to meet the new one in the family. I don't see Mo as much as I'd like because they live about an hour away, but that's okay. I would have to say my troublemaker of all my kids was Courtney. She has always been the troublemaker. She's the oldest. She always was able to test me, and she tried to push her limits so much, but the bad thing for the other kids is I learned with her. So the other kids didn't get away with as much as she did. But they've all turned out pretty good now. I have no complaints with them. Joshua still lives with us, but he helps out around the house. He watches the grandkids whenever I can't, which is a good thing. Like on my trip camping, he actually was the one that was watching the grandkids while I was gone. Even though Remy drives him a little crazy. She likes to chatter the whole time. Y'all have seen Remy on my videos. Um, Once I get home, I'll have her to help me with a couple more unboxings. She is definitely my troublemaker. But she's supposed to bring my car back to me today at 11:30, and then I've got at 11:30 at 10:30. If it was 11:30, I'd be late for work today. And then I'll drop her off at work whenever I go to work. So, what else has been going on? Oh, I started telling y'all. I started telling y'all about the beginning of my trip and I didn't finish it. I got sidetracked. I am always doing that. But anyway, it started out with the phone. So Josh got that taken care of. We finally got the trailer hooked up, put in the GPS because I had been to this campground before that we went to, but I was in my van and it was a couple of years ago. Well, yes, Remy definitely loves to chatter. Thank you. But anyway, we put it into the GPS and we're following the GPS and it takes us to a completely different campground. I love the squirrels. I'm definitely going to put a few videos of the squirrels on my next WIP and chat. But anyway, it takes us to a completely different campground. And by this time, Josh is getting very frustrated because he has no patience with getting lost and everything. So we're at this other campground, and I just called the campground that I was going to, and asked them, what do I need to put into the GPS to get to where you're at? And she gives me the address. So we finally get there. It's like 4:30 whenever we get there. And the site that I picked out, it looked good on the website. It looked like it was a nice spot. Well, whenever we get here, it's very unlevel. So, and it's very hard to get the trailer into the spot. Actually, all of them on that end of the campground were hard to get into. But anyway, he had to jack up the nose of the trailer really high to be able to get it leveled out. And we didn't think that we were going to have enough of the leveling blocks. We did, though. Finally, get it set up and everything. And so he turns on the heater, and the heater, just to test it out, and whenever he did that, the fan is making an awful noise. So we didn't need the heater, but we just wanted to test it out because we go camping a lot in the winter. And so that kind of aggravated him a little bit more. So his beginning of this trip was not starting out very well. But everything ended up being okay. And then I was cooking Saturday? No, not Saturday. We went up there Tuesday. It was Thursday. I was cooking breakfast in here, bacon and eggs, and I went to turn on the fan above the stove. Well, it wasn't working. Before we left the campground up there, we figured out what it was. Somehow, dirt daubers had found a way inside the hood of the stove and the fan on the heater. So we're going to have to get that taken care of and fixed, but at least it wasn't something more serious than that. I have to use my navigation whenever I go to new places. Lexi was telling me one time they put it into her navigation. She wanted to go to Slim Chickens in Fort Smith, and somehow it took her through a cemetery. I don't know if they ever went to that Slim Chickens or not, but it can send you some strange places. I know whenever I'm door dashing sometimes. There was one time it took me a good 30 minutes to find this house because it took me up St. Mary's Mountain. And it turned out I would have never had to go up that mountain and around. I could have delivered this order if I knew where the road was. I just didn't realize I knew where the road was, where it was at. But I finally got it delivered, and that guy, I called him trying to get information from it, and he was from out of town. So he wasn't exactly sure how to tell me to get there. Finally delivered their food, and I thought that they were going to be mad and stuff, and he was actually thankful that I called them trying to figure out how to get it to him, and ended up giving me an extra $5 tip just for the inconvenience of it. Yeah, they can sometimes take you to the strangest places. And it is starting to rain again. I loved the rain last night, though. I slept so good last night. Maybe they were opening up a store soon. I don't know. But yeah, it was the beginning of it was kind of hectic, but it turned out it turned out okay. We had beautiful days. I was able to sit outside and diamond paint, and I enjoyed the squirrels. I think that was my favorite part of the whole trip, was watching the little squirrels come right up to you. Even though every time I got my camera out, they would go away. But yeah, and whenever I walked into the little store up there, I can't remember, visitor center, that's what it's called. Whenever I walked into the visitor center up there, I saw a sign that said, "Do not feed the squirrels." So I assume that's why they walk up to you all the time. I did not notice that sign at the first time I went in there, but I can definitely see why that sign is up. What time? Oh my gosh, it is already 9:51. That is amazing. This hour has just flew by. We got a few minutes left though. I cannot wait to finish this painting. I cannot wait to finish my Stitch one once I get home. Stitch is my absolute favorite Disney character. My clock is wrong. Okay. I was going to go live while I was camping this week, and like I said, I was being entirely too lazy, just enjoying the time. Thank you so much for stopping by, Tita. I hope you find some really good deals. We will see you next time. I tried to set up 2 cameras on this one, but the 2 cameras did not work because all I heard was squealing. So, and in order to set up my laptop in here, I would have to have them connected to the same Wi-Fi, and I would have to hotspot my phone. So I was afraid that that would mess everything up. Courtney just got here to come. She's 30 minutes early.
Sorry. I didn't. Okay, I gotta take Lexi.
But anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to go. Thank you so much for stopping by. Dental floss, yeah. I can't believe those sold for that much. But anyway, thank y'all all for stopping by. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button on your way out. Everyone take care. Margie said hi, Courtney.
Hi. You got 10 years, my grandma. Is her actual name Margarita?
No, Margie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dang.
language.
Sorry.
Anyway, everyone, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye. If I can find the end chat. You may get your wish, Margie. I can't find my end chat or end live button. Oh, you know what? It's because I'm trying to look on the wrong one. There we go.